Here we are going with the Python with generative AI program. Especially the boom for AI developers these days have grown by you know close to 300% and is expected somewhere close to around you know two at least 2 lakh job opportunities are created on AI. So we are heavily focusing on this. It is mostly like a beginner friendly. Starting with Python, we will be covering Python and Python with ML, mostly focused on RHLF, reinforced learning. It is very important. And after then, we are covering, we will go with Hugging Face and we will work on deploying models in Hugging Face, and finally we will end up with a production project. So today we will be going first step with what is AI. AI means artificial intelligence. That means it is something like machines are thinking like humans. They are detecting the patterns. This is how the traditional ML is. After this, sorry, here it is. And here in the traditional ML, we have machine learning and deep learning, and after then we have reinforced learning. But here we have generative AI, where it is mostly focused on content creation, and we have something like agentic AI. It is actually like a machine doing tasks with a human like brain. You will get the anyhow you got the difference. Now the next thing that which we have here is what is a prerequisite. You don't need any prerequisite, you just needed like we will be covering Python. Python is very important for this generative AI. It is the foundation. Especially Python is actually used in full stack and also in the ML fields, in the data science, data engineering, data analyst and generative AI. Here we will be covering Python, especially with heavy focus on Gen AI. You don't need 200 lectures of Python. You just need only 20 hours of focused learning on Python for Gen AI, because as I'm a real-time guy, I know what actually we do the work with Python. So initially that which we start with Python, we will be starting with basics of the Python. Here in basics of the Python, we will be starting with the um, data types, variables, and followed by conditional statements, followed by for loop or while loop, so on. Next thing, we will be working with data structures like lists, sets, tuples, dictionaries. After this, we will be working with lambdas. Finally, we will be working with file handling. In the file handling, we will be covering read operations, write operations, and read write operations, especially manipulating files, extracting the data from the files, and this is what we will be actually working on with the Python. And after then we will be working with Flask or Fast API. So mostly we will be working with the Fast API thing, where this is Fast API is important because we will need LLMs to call LLMs, especially like we will be having LLMs to which we will be getting the APIs for the LLMs, that is the API key. There we will be using Fast API. So here we have covered like a Python, more like a full stack. Okay, next we will be going with the Gen AI concepts. In the Gen AI concepts, before going to the Gen AI concepts, we should also be learning with AI/ML fundamentals, because these are heavily important in the machine learning. If you wanted to do fine tuning of the models, we needed LoRa or QLoRa, PEFT. These are the very important things that which we will be actually needing out to go with. Okay, next thing what we have here is, uh, after going with this, like we have in the Gen AI transformers. Transformers are the very foundational part of the LLMs. Okay, after going with the foundational models, what we have something here is, one second. These are the foundational models. And next we will be having vector embeddings. Vector embeddings. And we have something like VAEs and vector DB and so on, especially when working with the vector embeddings. We will also be learning what are vector embeddings in detail in the next coming lectures. Okay, what we have here, the next thing is, like, we will be working with the Hugging Face. Hugging Face, we will actually deploy a model to the Hugging Face, and finally we will work with uh, sorry, any cloud based project with Hugging Face. Cloud based project, not with what you say, especially with AWS Bedrock we will have. So with that Bedrock we will do one use case, and with Azure OpenAI we will use one project. After this, like, we will also be creating a and deploying the applications to the cloud, or using Streamlit also we can do that. Okay, in the Streamlit also we can do that. And finally we will work with a resume making and LinkedIn optimization and you know job search strategies. Finally, in the just we needed only 1 hour of daily dedication for next 100 days, and you can easily crack the interviews. So especially, so finally for Python I have researched the topics. We will be working with Google Colab also, and also on the local Visual Studio Code also. And especially, like, I will also make you go through how what is the learning curve for the subjects.